Why the Cleveland Browns will win the Super Bowl in 2019? Make sure to stay tuned to find out why. What's up, everybody? It's JT Sports back to you guys with another video. In this video, I'm continuing my series talking about why every single team in the NFL will win the Super Bowl. In this video, I'm going to be talking about why the Cleveland Browns will win the Super Bowl in 2019. Now, before I begin, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. I upload NFL videos and NFL content daily. And the Cleveland Browns probably have had the biggest offseason in NFL history. And John Dorsey, general manager of the Cleveland Browns, has been running this franchise this offseason like he's playing Madden. All these crazy trades. You got Odell Beckham. You got Olivier Vernon. You got Sheldon Richardson in free agency. You signed Kareem Hunt. I mean, this guy, John Dorsey, has been running this organization like he's playing Madden franchise. Connected franchise. I mean, this dude has been going absolutely bonkers. And this Cleveland Browns team, no way you can look at this Cleveland Browns team and say, you know what? I don't think they can compete for the Super Bowl. Because they can. I mean, look at the talent on this roster. The Cleveland Browns might just be the most talented team in all of football. When you just look at all the players that they have on the roster. I mean, first we got to look at head coach Freddie Kitchens. He's getting a talented roster. A lot of expectations. I mean, I've never seen a first-year head coach have so much talent to work with. You got Baker Mayfield going into year 2. He was obviously the best quarterback from last year's draft class. I mean, look at what he did. I mean, didn't he break like the passing touchdown record for a rookie quarterback? Dude was sensational. Now going into year 2, I expect him to be an MVP candidate. You got a loaded backfield. You got Kareem Hunt, who will be coming back after he gets done serving his suspension. You got Nick Chubb, who would have been a 1,000-yard rusher if Cleveland was able to get him more involved earlier in that 2018 NFL season. You got Duke Johnson, who is still going to be on the roster for probably half of the season until the trading deadline, if they do end up trading him. So you have a very stacked group of halfbacks, all guys who can do a lot. Nick Chubb is a downhill rusher who can run people over. You got Duke Johnson, who's more of a scat back. He's a very good receiving back. You can also line him up and he can play a little bit of receiver as well. And you got Kareem Hunt. We already know what Kareem Hunt is. He can catch the ball out of the backfield. He can do a lot of things. So he's a very electric halfback. And the Cleveland Browns basically got him in free agency for basically nothing. So, I mean, this backfield is loaded. Then we got to look at the wide receiving core. You got Jarvis Landry and Odell Beckham. With no debate, that is, without a debate, the best receiving core or the best receiving duo in the NFL. Regardless of what you think about Jarvis Landry, he is arguably a top 15, top 10 wide receiver. And with Odell Beckham on the other side of him, that automatically makes them the best receiving duo in the NFL. Then you also got Rashad Higgins, who is a little bit of a sleeper. A lot of people are sleeping on him as well. He can have a little bit of an impact in this receiving core as well. Then you got Antonio Callaway. Antonio Callaway is the ultimate wild card. His rookie year last season, there was a guy who didn't play football all his 2017 college football season when he was at the University of Florida because he was suspended or something like that. So this was a guy who was a little bit rusty, still getting back into the swing of things, back into the football world and things like that. So now going into year 2, he should be better than what he was last season. So he's also going to be a little bit of a wild card. And also Devin Njoku. Devin Njoku, when Jarvis Landry and Odell Beckham aren't going to be able to be open, he's going to be the guy who's going to be making those big plays down the scenes, beating linebackers and things like that, making those big contested red zone catches for touchdowns in the red zone. So Devin Njoku is going to become a very good tight end this season in this Cleveland Browns offense. And also, this offensive line is way better than what it was last season. You got left tackle Greg Robinson. You got left guard Joel Bettanino. You got center J.C. Treader. You got right guard Austin Corbett. You got right tackle Chris Hubbard as well. So this offense is going to be one of the best offenses in the NFL. They're going to light up scoreboards. I mean, this is the most talented offense in the NFL. You got Odell, you got Jarvis Landry, you got Rashad Higgins, you got Antonio Callaway, you got Nick Chubb, you got Duke Johnson, you got Kareem Hunt when he comes back, you got Baker Mayfield, you got David Njoku. So you have a lot of talent on this offense. And this offense is just way too talented to say that they can't win the Super Bowl, because this offense is good enough to light the scoreboard with anybody. So now we got to talk about the defense. Myles Garrett and Olivier Vernon. Olivier Vernon went to the playoff, went to the Pro Bowl last season on this New York Giants team. He was basically their best player when it came to getting after the passer. Now you pair him on the other side of Myles Garrett, a guy who we already know what Myles Garrett is becoming, one of the best defensive ends in all of football. This pass rushing unit for this Cleveland Browns team is going to be deadly. Both of those guys are potentially going to have both 10 sacks. Olivier Vernon is a guy for the New York Giants, was a guy who was demanding a lot of attention because the New York Giants didn't really have no other pass rushers who can complement him and pose a threat when it came to rushing the passer. Now he's on the Cleveland Browns and he has Myles Garrett on the opposite side of him. So, I mean, these guys are going to wreck a lot of pass protection schemes, and they're going to cause a lot of nightmares for opposing offensive coordinators. Then you got to look at defensive tackle Sheldon Richardson, very, very solid, and he's going to bluster this defensive line for the Cleveland Browns. Then we got to look at the linebacker unit. Joe Schobert, or Schubert, he's pretty solid. He's on his way to becoming an elite linebacker. Christian Kirksey is okay. Mack Wilson, who they got in this year's NFL draft, I thought he was a big steal. This was a guy who I thought was a first-round talent, and the Cleveland Browns got him in the later rounds of this year's NFL draft. And I thought Mack Wilson was one of the best linebackers in this year's draft class, and he's very talented. He's a very good tackler. He's also pretty solid in coverage as well. I don't know how he didn't get drafted in the first 2 rounds, but this guy is a steal for the Cleveland Browns, and I expect that he ends up having a pretty solid impact for this Cleveland Browns team. Then we got to look at the cornerback position. You got Denzel Ward, who was the best rookie cornerback last season. And then you got Greedy Williams, who I thought was a steal of the draft. I mean, Greedy Williams is basically the same player as Denzel Ward. They both have the same strengths and weaknesses. Is Greedy Williams going to be a consistent tackler on this NFL level? And other than that, that's pretty much it. Very good man-to-man corner as well, just like Denzel Ward. And we saw how good Denzel Ward was. Denzel Ward had some phenomenal games. And Denzel Ward and Greedy Williams, that's going to be one of the better cornerback duos to watch this season and 2019. So not only do they have a solid group of cornerbacks, but they're also very good when it comes to that safety position. You got Morgan Burnett. He's okay. He's a pretty solid starter. And you got Darius Randall. Darius Randall is probably one of the most versatile safeties that we have in the NFL. I mean, he can play cornerback. He's also very good at man-to-man coverage as well. So he can do a lot of things, brings a lot of versatility when it comes to coverages, when it comes to that Cleveland Browns defense. So looking at this Cleveland Browns team, this team can legitimately win the Super Bowl. I mean, you can't look at this team and be like, they're not going to be able to compete for the Super Bowl, because look how talented this team is. Look at what the LA Rams did last offseason in the free agency. These guys went ahead, had one of the biggest free agencies ever, and they signed a lot of players, and they went to the Super Bowl. But although they didn't win it, the Cleveland Browns should be able to win it, because they have a guy like a Freddie Kitchens. He's a very innovative offensive mind, and he should be able to get the most out of all these players on the offensive side of football. And also the defense should be really, really good as well, since they have 2 good pass rushers, Olivier Vernon and Myles Garrett, both guys who went to the Pro Bowl last season. So this Cleveland Browns team is way too talented to say that they're not going to be able to compete and win the Super Bowl this year, because I believe that they will. They're also going to be very good running the football. Nick Chubb, Duke Johnson, and Kareem Hunt, when he's going to be able to come back from his suspension. The offensive line is improved. You got David Njoku there. You got the best wide receiving duo in the NFL in Jarvis Landry and Odell Beckham, who are both going to push each other. They're both going to complement each other, and they're going to demand a lot of attention, especially a guy like Odell Beckham. You double team Odell Beckham, then Jarvis Landry is going to be wide open. You double team Jarvis Landry, then Odell Beckham is going to get wide open. You try to find a way to get those guys out of the game, then you're going to have got Rashard Higgins, who is going to be able to make some plays. Then you also got tight end Devin Njoku, who is also going to be able to expose the holes in defense and teams that have weak linebacker units and things like that who aren't really that good in coverage. So, I mean, this Cleveland Browns team can legitimately win the Super Bowl. I mean, this team is stacked. This might be the most talented team in all of football. I mean, they are loaded at almost every single position. There's not really a lot of weaknesses and holes on this Cleveland Browns team. So this is why I think the Cleveland Browns will win the Super Bowl in 2019. So let me know what you guys think about this video down in the comment section down below. Make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more NFL videos and content. And thanks for watching.